Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Oh man, these are the videos that I really don't like making. But if it helps one person, it's totally worth the time that I put into it. I'm hoping that just with the amount of scams that are going on in Discords and throughout Atomic Hub and all different areas, I felt like it was time to put one of these out there. It is going to be a high level tips for beginners how to avoid the most common scams that are out there. And when I say most common, I'm getting these multiple times a day types of scams. And I do want to put the caveat out there. This is not the end all be all. There is, by the time I post this, there'll probably be different scams out there. I may miss something, but these are the ones that I get hit on either a daily, weekly basis. So I wanted to communicate it out there for awareness. Hopefully, if this, like I said, if this helps one person avoid being scammed, it's totally worth it. Um, the issue that happens, in case you're not aware, is there are some ways out there, very simple ways, where scammers can literally get everything in your Wax wallet in a heartbeat. All you have to do is click the wrong link, go to the wrong spot, and they'll have everything, and you'll lose it. And it's very unfortunate that it's even a loophole and a possibility this day and age. But there's so many people that do it, and it's unfortunate. I've seen it just about on a, like I said, on a daily or weekly basis. Someone gets hit by it. So I hope this helps someone. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And I apologize for the picture that's in here, but when I think of scammers, this is kind of what I think they are look like. I know they don't, but it's just yeah. Think of a lonely guy in a dark room trying to scam people out of their hard-earned money. So let's go ahead and dive in there. These are the 5 or 6 tips or items that you should think about when you're just going through your daily process. First one is simple, and you should do this every possible way you can when you're online. Whether it's banking, whether it's Wax Wallet, whether it's games, whether it's anything, two-factor authentication is a must now. You must do it. A secure password is no longer really the best option. You need to have two-factor authentication. You can do as simple as put a token on your cell phone that it you have to that changes on a regular basis, or they could have to call your cell phone number as a secondary authentication. It's a must nowadays. So in order to do it for Wax, it's simple. Just go to the Wax, I'm sorry, wallet.wax.io, and you log in there. And this is the general screen that you're going to go in. You go down to the settings down here on the bottom right, account security, and turn it on and set it up. Most likely it'll be, for me, it is an app on my cell phone. And it's the Google app, Google double Google authentication app. It gives you all instructions. You just scan it, and it's pretty simple to set up. Unfortunately, not a lot of people do it. Setting this up doesn't stop everything, but it is that extra layer of security that'll help you out in the long run. I recommend that you do this as many places as possible. Not all games have it. That's a challenge, and I really hope more games implement this down the road, especially if they have in-game staking. I'm talking about Farmers World. I'm talking about Krypton. I'm talking about uh, uh, Goldman, games like that, where you actually stake your NFT in a game, which is that extra connection that should have two-factor authentication. I know Farmers World has implemented it after they had a security issue. I hope more games do it down the road. So two-factor authentication is a big must. Next one, and this is one that I has been running crazy for the last few months. It is, if you're in Discord, it is when you get these random DMs from people you don't know, and I actually have one in here that I got just a little bit ago. You get a random DM from someone that you have no clue of. It looks like this. It looks like they're promoting a game. The issue is if you click on any of the links that are in these, it's going to send you potentially to a an impacted or essentially a hack where they'll authenticate, and I had no clue how they do it, but they automatically authenticate and pull everything out of your wallet that they can as quickly as possible, transfer it to a whole bunch of other wallets so you can never get it back. If you get anything like this, if you have no clue who it is, the thing I do right away is report spam and submit report. Done, they're gone. They used to have an option where you could block it. You could block the person. Um, I, I don't see it anymore. I'm assuming if you report it as spam, it automatically blocks. Um, Anytime you get that, don't even read it. If you don't know the person, and it's weird because it's usually a similar format that I just showed you. Uh, it's it's pretty standard. Or if you get any DM from someone that's claiming to be part of the Discord moderator team that wants you to click on a link to go somewhere, always double check. And 99.99% of the Discords that I'm involved in, the moderators will never send you something like that. So if you get anything, double check with someone that's a moderator or administrator on the Discord. You will also get, and unfortunately I don't have an example of it because they get removed so quickly. When you're in Discord general chats, and I apologize, I'm just going to show this one in general. It's not saying that this has any, but you can see someone pop a link up here that says go here for a free something, or get a free month of I forget what it's called, the server booster thing. Get a free month of that. Never click on those. In fact, it's gotten to the point right now that if I don't know the person, I never click on it, even if it's a link that could be very helpful to me, going to some helpful site that gives you ROI indicators, or an article that gives you more information, or white paper or something like that. I never click on it unless I know the person. It's gotten to that point. I will never, ever, ever click on any links for people I don't know. And I suggest you think about that also, because there's times where you may just be a little sleepy. And I've seen this happen recently. Someone just woke up from in the morning and they're groggy, and they got a whole bunch of links or DMs, and they thought it was someone they knew, and they accidentally clicked on it, and they lost everything. They lost a ton of NFTs and wax. So please, please, please be careful with that. Um, so just be vigilant. Be careful. The next one is one that I actually haven't gotten recently, but it was running rampant there for a while. They've actually done a better job at this. Atomic Hub still has issues with trade scams, so you could still get hit by something. There's a new one coming out that I'll talk about here in a second. But there was one where people were sending you a trade request, and I'm actually going to show you the second, where they would include a message like this. This is a trade request that's actually from a previous video. That's why it's clipped into two pictures, basically saying that you were offered 380 wax, but there's this fee, trying to justify what you see here in the first picture, which is up here. But the thing you always want to look at is look over in this section and see what you would actually receive. They can manually type this in. You can check down here. That's a different one. Sorry. They they can manually enter this to make it look like you're actually going to get 380 wax. And there's a lot of people that bid on this trade request, and I'm assuming there's different ones that are out there now. But always keep an eye on. Always check here to make sure what you will receive actually matches what you expect to. They put this do not trust, but it still didn't really impact anything. And then also at the top here, it'll say you will receive so and so wax if you accept this trade. So if it's anything lower than you expect, uh, avoid it. And you'll also see what they're trying to do is they're trying to also use wax wallets that may look semi official. So keep an eye out for those. It's actually also gotten to the point where I don't even look at trade requests anymore. I've heard there's a new scam out there where people, if they accept a trade request, there's some default that the hacker can do where it'll just essentially clear out their wallet. So I don't even take a look at trade requests anymore. I delete them right away, and I block whoever sends them. It's just it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. So keep an eye on that when you're out there. Um, one other scam that's out there is, and I don't have any screenshots of it, is if there is a new pack drop or something going on, where someone will claim that they have a white list, if it's a really, really hard white list to get, either very expensive or just very limited. I've seen people offer to buy packs for other people if they send them the wax ahead of time. That's an obvious chance for scam unless you know the person extremely well. uh, don't fall for it. Don't send them whatever amount of wax for them to buy a pack for you. Make sure they buy the pack first, have it in hand, do a clear trade uh, through Atomic Hub, or however you want to do it, to make sure that you have both items on both sides. Um, and just make sure that you're covering yourself. Don't ever send someone wax without them giving you something in return right away, right at the same time, because that's just opening you up, and there's no way that you can pull it back. All right. I guess my main thing. These are the main scams that I've seen recently that jump out at me. Keep an eye out for them. There's going to be more. There's going to be different ones. They're going to word it differently. If at all reason it seems either too good to be true or it's someone you don't know, don't press anything. All right. Just get rid of it and don't try and say, basically, don't try and click on it. All right. That's a simple thing. And unfortunately, it's a simple, it's easy for me to say, don't click on it, don't look at it, ignore it. But the one example I told you where the person woke up and they were groggy and didn't even realize they were clicking on, or I've heard also some people say that they had one of their kids playing on their phone or something and something popped up, and they clicked on it to try and get rid of it by accident. That's another thing I've seen is just make sure you're careful. If you're not on your phone or you're not on your computer, don't have the stuff up. It's simple things that you can do to avoid it, but it happens so often, and there's just so many scams going around right now. So be careful. Again, I hope this helped. If it did, please subscribe and comment down below. Um, I want to do more videos like this to try and help people out and just avoid scams, to make your life easier when you're actually investing. So I thank you very much for your time. I hope you all have a fantastic day and never run into this type of issue. But I wanted to make sure there's awareness out there. Thank you. Have a great day.